Hey, how's it going? My name's Legit Logic, and in this video, I'm going to be going over all of the changes out on the PTR right now. It's June 22nd. It's only been, actually, 2 days since the last patch went live with all of the hero changes, but this one has actually no changes to any of the heroes. It's all UI and sort of quality of life and stuff like that. And the three major changes are to the loot box system. There is also a new different highlights, which you can see right on the screen under the loot boxes, and Crosshair customization that is way better than the last system we've had. So let's go over the loot box system, the loot box changes right now. Now the changes to loot box, like the updates, are in the patch notes. I'll just read those out to you. We always want the experience of opening an in-game loot box to feel exciting and rewarding, and in our latest patch, we are working to improve that experience in two key ways. God, I can't read today. First, we're drastically reducing the amount of duplicates players will receive when opening loot boxes. Second, to compensate for this reduction of duplicate items, we're also increasing the overall amount of credits players will receive from loot boxes. On average, players should be earning just as many credits, if not slightly more, from loot boxes than they did prior to these changes. And the rest is just 5 free loot boxes on the PTR to anyone who logs on after this patch is released on the PTR, which is right now. You can go get it. Right now, actually, I'll post a little screenshot. Some people don't know how to do it. All you need to do is change your region on the main launcher of the game. When you open up the launcher, just change the region from Americas or Europe or Asia, I don't know where you play, and it just says PTR on the top right there, and it'll download the game again, but it's totally worth it, and then you can download patches. Anyway, you can see that in the 5 loot boxes that I opened, my account was already at level 191 in this, and I'm actually getting no duplicates in any of them whatsoever, and that is extremely strange. Well, I would say strange if I didn't know about these changes. That is extremely significant because on live right now, my average number of duplicates is 2 per box. Very common for me to get 3. Sometimes I get no duplicates, so I'm lucky. But now this is going to be greatly reduced, and also the decked out achievement, which is get 50 unlocks for single hero, is going to be a lot more achievable for people now without having to buy all skins. Not skins, all the voice lines and sprays for some hero, and victory poses, because those are cheap. That's what I did for Zenyatta, because I just felt like getting all of those sprays. Anyway, that's awesome, and now let's go into the training arena, training range, practice range, god damn it, it's the practice range. Let's go to the practice range to look at the new Crosshair changes. Okay, so we are in the practice range right now, and this is the default reticle, or Crosshair as some others know it. And, well, the magic starts in the options menu. Just in the options, I guess, whatever. Shut up, David. Well, what you need to do is go into the controls bar thing. Just go into controls, god, Jesus. And under reticle, you're going to see advanced now. You can change this type. But I guess that, no one is ever going to use that without opening advanced. So this is pretty much the same sort of options as before, like this list, except for circle and crosshairs, and they got rid of, I think one. I don't remember which one they got rid of. I don't care. Anyway, now you have a lot more options. Now you have all of this amazing stuff. First, they added a lot more colors, like Jeff requested on the forums, like suggestions for hex codes, so that's really nice. I'm probably going to be just using colors that sort of line up with the character's main color scheme, you know? So for Soldier, that would be like blue, since I'm using the Commander Morrison skin. You can also change the thickness of the little crosshair stuff right here. And this can also be a circle, if you want it to be circle or circle and crosshairs, which is a weird sort of hybrid like that. I don't think many people are going to be using that, but you can change that. Is really nice. But my favorite probably, no, go back to crosshairs. My favorite setting out of all of these is the opacity thing, because this, what I did for Winston, I'm going to showcase this right now. Oh cool, you can delete override. Well, maybe I just haven't noticed that because I'm stupid. What I did for Winston is I made the opacity really low, but I also made the thickness and center gap really high, and the width is nothing for the circle. That's just how long the crosshair is. Like if it's like little short like that, here I'll show it if I want to go into crosshairs. If it's like long or short, and you can make it like pretty much a square if you make the width really low but the thickness really high. Anyway, if I go back into circle and go into Winston, you can see that it's a very fuzzy circle, but Winston doesn't even need a crosshair since you're not going to be doing much aiming. What I would like though is if you can make these larger, because if you look at Winston, he still contacts an enemy if they're like way away from the center, because that's how his aimbot is. Like you don't need to aim to hit them with Winston. See, like I'm damaging this bot when I'm aiming way over here, so it would be nice if the circle was much bigger. Like this guy is about where my little ultimate indicator is, and I'm still damaging him. So that would be about how big Winston's auto lock-on thing is, like how wide. That would be pretty cool. Also, I want to show what you can do with these, like the different ways you can take this, different directions. For Torbjorn, he has 2 modes of fire, which is like you couldn't do much about that with the old reticle, but now you can have the center dot to use for your primary fire. So if you're looking to aim, I'd be mostly looking at the center thing right there. But if you're looking to alt fire, then you can use, like you can modify the size of the circle to fit however big your alt fire is. Wait, you can't even see that on that wall. Here, look. I changed it to pretty much exactly as his spread is, and I made it a little fuzzier, so like not fuzzier but opacity lowered, so that's kind of really nice, and you can tell like what that is. That's just an awesome change that they're gonna be putting out in probably a few weeks, less than a month or less, well, some Tuesday in the next coming weeks. So that's pretty much all there is. I mean, this is really customizable, and I like that. You can also do dot and crosshairs. So like, I'm probably gonna be making this very different for every hero for myself. Just gonna, when this comes out, sit down, you know, take about half an hour to an hour, and make each hero's crosshairs like the way I want to make them, and fuck around in the practice range. Is it practice range? God, it better be practice range. Fuck around the practice range for like 5 hours until it's just the way I like it, and by then I'll have to go to bed, but that's gonna be fun. So you can also enable bloom on or off. It's kind of annoying when you're changing the settings though for bloom, because what it does is it kind of bounces up and down, but like when you're done you can turn it on, and you know, like you can see that for McCree, some heroes don't have any bloom, like let's say Winston, you know, or Torbjorn, like you wouldn't need that for them, but it's kind of nice if you're doing that. Or I could add a circle for McCree if I wanted to see exactly where the stuff went. So that's like really nice and dandy. So now I actually want to get into the highlight highlight of this patch on the PTR, which is the new highlight system. So I will go into a custom match and showcase that. Also, a quick note, the game browser is now separate from the arcade sort of thing, so it's back to where it was before, and the create button is on this side. I don't remember how it was before. It was actually merged. No, it was merged when this whole game browser thing was made, so the create is now no longer a big button. Whatever, that doesn't matter. I'll just get into the mode. God. So once again, just gonna lock into soldier there, so when I spawn, you know. Once again, this all starts in the controls. Now you can scroll way down into the, not spectate, but miscellaneous here, and you can bind some keys. Capture highlight is automatically bound to F9, and the slot 1, 2, and 3 are bound to these keys here. Now I'm gonna do a little bit of explaining, because this is a kind of complicated system. Oh god, it's this fucking weird-ass crosshair that I set. Whatever. So, what you do, you can only actually record highlights when you're in a match that uses either quick play or competitive or like arcade rules. So there has to be a timer at the top of the screen. You can't, well, pretty much what I'm saying is you can't do it in skirmish, and you can't do it in waiting for players on that screen. So that's why, or also you can't do it in the training practice arena. But I'm pretty sure I could do it now. Yeah, highlight requested. I can do it now. So, like, you're going to get that error that says, if you're trying to do it yourself, you're going to get an error that says, like, highlights couldn't not be recorded or something. And that's the reason that happens. Now, I've tested this out. I used Arisa as my testy, because her magazine is the slowest to shoot out all of it. Actually, not Bastion in turret mode. Bastion is about 8.5 seconds. Arisa is 12.5. 8.57 for Bastion. So I tested it, and well, highlights are 12 seconds long, and what it does is when you press the F9 button, it pretty much starts recording, like it saves the recording 11 seconds before and 1 second after, or so. That's about like the time scale. But you know, just like after you got that, Jesus, what the hell are those sounds? Oh, it's this. After you got that amazing sextuple kill with the Grav combo as Hanzo, because why not Hanzo? Hanzo is OP, obviously. Everyone plays him and everyone loves having a Hanzo on their team. But no, after you got that, if you press F9, don't worry, it's not going to start recording then and stop 12 seconds after. It's going to start 12 seconds before you press F9. Now, you can also... Oh, shoot, I'm on defense, so this is going to take a while. I'll just skip that. When you press F9, it saves into 3 slots. So I would have saved 12 seconds before, and I'm waiting for those 12 seconds to pass so I can do it again. And when those 3 slots are full, you actually can't press F9. You have to have bound one of those 3 keys. And what that is for overwriting. You can only save 3 highlights from one game match, and that's like after you've captured both points. After the game ends, then you can reset that. You can store up to 36. I'll get to that later in the menus, but you can only record 3, and once you've recorded all 3, there is an option to overwrite it if you decide that, oh, this highlight is better than the last one I got, so I want to get rid of that, let's say the second one, because that one's kind of lame, and I want to overwrite it with this 7-tuple kill. Heptuple, I think it would be. That is fucking glitchy as shit, what? But no, so like you can overwrite it with those 3 buttons that you bound. I'm going to demonstrate that right now. So that recorded like a third one. And now that I press F9 right now, it says highlight limit reached. So out of the 3 keys that I bound, which were the 3 random keys to the right of the L, I can, let's say the first one, I don't like that one, so I just push that button and then highlight requested, and it records into that first slot. And actually, the game has to end. I'll show you a little clip at the end. The game has to officially end. The timer has to run out. Otherwise, those highlights do not get saved. So that's kind of frustrating if you're trying to test this out, but it's not really going to matter in an actual game. But I guess you have to stay in the game to record it, because they don't want you leaving it just to look at that highlight. So I guess that's fair. But then if your computer crashes or you don't get back into the game, then you're kind of fucked, you know. So that sucks. And now I'm going to skip into, after this game ends, I have to wait another 2 minutes. So I'm going to skip there and show you the highlights in the options on the main menu screen. That's the only place you can access them as before. So that's nice. Well, I kind of fucked up for those soldier highlights because I got removed from the match for an activity since I was doing, I was working on, like, files and shit. But these are the 3 Arisa clips I have for my custom game, and you can actually record them and save them now. I just want to clarify that today's top 5 is pretty much the same highlights feature as the last one we have on live right now. It just randomly, like, saves it if you had a good play. Like, even if you don't press F9, or if you don't manually record it, then it'll save it for you anyway. So these recently captured ones that you can do by yourself, I guess those are like if you get one really nice lucky shot, like if you kill this Sombra while she's invisible, like with a Junkrat concussion mine or like something like that, something crazy that wouldn't get you a highlight to automatically save, like a single or double kill. That's kind of funny. But I'm just going to show you these that you can record them. Well, if you click on it like that, then you can just watch it like normal. And you can also record them, which is pretty much rendering them, since they are right now essentially unrendered. So it's like raw files, raw data showing like which character goes where and where the bullets go, but it's not actual like pixels on a screen. And when you press record, you can choose the name of it, whatever you want to name it, and it actually saves it. Pretty much what record means is export. You can change the resolution, which is really nice if you have like a shitty computer that can't record actual good video like me. Super sample, not actually sure what that is. frame rate, of course, resolution, and quality. This is pretty much graphics quality that it would record it in, and it essentially renders it right now. It has to load it first, I think, and then it will show you a big loading bar in which, like, so your computer renders it itself, and it's gonna take a while. Depends on which settings you choose, of course. If it's like low graphics and low resolution, then it'll go really quickly, and if it's a little higher, then it'll go a lot slower. And now it's gonna go into a folder. I don't believe you can change the folder. Your system may be unresponsive during this time. Yeah, this kind of sucks that you can't back out of it. Like, you can't change your mind if you accidentally set it to really, really high settings and you want to go back, but whatever. So now I have it actually saved in this folder. So users, David, documents, Overwatch, videos, Overwatch. And I don't believe you can change this. And here you can say you can rename it or delete it, or like, but you would be able to use this in videos and whatnot. So that's really nice. And yeah, I guess that's kind of it. I mean, this little thing right here is like a sort of a summary of the whole idea. When you first open it, it's going to show you this screen. Your best highlights will be automatically created during each match. They'll be saved for 24 hours even if you exit the game. That's a really nice feature. And that's this today's top 5 part right here. That's what that refers to. Then instant capture. While in a match, press the capture button to begin recording any moment you want to relive or share with the world. This moment is 12 seconds, and when you press the button, that's like it starts recording 12 seconds before that, or it saves the little part starting 12 seconds before that and ending pretty much when you press the button. 3 highlights per round, that's what that means. A round is like a game, and the game has to end, and then you're gonna see that little message in chat called like highlights saved. So that, I don't really like that much. And record. Once you've captured your epic moment, visit the new highlight section to record and save your favorites locally, which means just export them as a file on your computer. Record highlights to save them permanently, yeah. So these ones you pretty much fill up to 36. I don't think you're going to be using these that much anyway, and then you can just watch them, and like, if you don't like it, then you can just delete it. I don't like this one. This is just me shooting at a wall, literally, looking at my bullet count to use as a timer. Since its highlights are 12 seconds and it's 12.5, so I did 3 of those. So yeah, that's how I figured that out. Tested it myself. Pretty proud of that. Yeah. Oh, it doesn't do like, are you sure you want to delete this? That kind of sucks. It would be nice if they added that little message, but whatever. That's kind of bullshit over there. So yeah, those are all the changes. They're gonna be out in a few weeks, hopefully really soon, because I'm really looking forward to the new reticle options. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and until next time.